Will you remain on the president's National Diversity Council after what you heard over the last several days?
I will be staying on the council as of right now. You know, this is not about serving a president. This is about serving the 4.2 million Hispanic-owned firms. Our job is not done yet. If I walk away, if I give up in frustration, the only people who win are the Steve Bannons and the Steve Millers of this world. They would love to have one less Hispanic with free access to the White House, to the president, to Ivanka Trump, and several of the secretaries.
That was Javier Palomares.
What does the Steve Miller Band have to do with
Steve
this?
Miller Band. Well, he got the Steve Bannon is not there anymore. Steve Miller is. The president and the CEO of the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce right there after Charlottesville last month explained to us his decision to stay on the president's National Diversity Coalition. Well, yesterday he resigned from that coalition. Javier joins us now. Javier, good morning. Let's start right there. What was it about yesterday that had you step down, that didn't have you step down last month?
Well, good morning, Willie, and thank you for having me. You know, as you know, there are some 800,000 dreamers in this country right now. We all know that they've had to undergo rigorous background checks. None of them receive any kind of welfare assistance or government subsidies of any kind. 65,000 of them graduate from high school every year. 10,000 graduate from college every year. These are exactly the kind of driven, dedicated young people we need in our country. Our proverbial line in the sand was the dreamers. When I agreed to offer advice and counsel when called upon by this administration, I made it clear that this was what we were working toward. You know, we knew that immigration was going to be a contentious issue. It was going to be something very important to this administration. But chief among all the things that were being considered around this issue of immigration in its broadest context, chief among them were the people, were the actual individuals whose lives were in the balance.
So Javier,
and above all, were the young people, these dreamers. That was the one issue we were working toward. And when that line was crossed, it was time for us to leave.
So, Javier, were you led to believe over the course of the last 7 months or maybe longer by the president that he was on the side of the dreamers, that he would indeed support DACA? He called them incredible kids during the campaign. Even yesterday, he said, I've got a lot of heart and a lot of love for the dreamers. Did he lead you to believe that he was going to protect them? Were you surprised yesterday?
He led several of us to believe that he would protect them. As you just recounted, four months ago, he was talking about dealing with them, you know, with a lot of heart. He told them, rest easy. We're going to focus our efforts on hardened criminals, not on the dreamers. And literally through the weekend, up until the very last minute, we did not know exactly where he was going to land. And so when the decision finally came out, you know, we had been very clear. Once that line got crossed, I would step off of the council, and that's exactly what happened.
So, Javier, do you feel, I know the National Diversity Coalition actually never formally met. Do you feel like you were used as a prominent Latino man in America for President Trump to say, yes, I am listening to the concerns of Latinos in this country?
You know, this is less about my feelings than it is doing the right thing. I was called upon to help. It is my responsibility as an American to do everything I can to help this administration, or any administration for that matter, move our country forward. This was an important issue. You know, if you look at this thing from an economic perspective, and that's the argument that I was making. If you look at dreamers from an economic perspective, they pay over $2 billion a year in taxes. They don't receive any kind of government benefits or subsidies of any kind. It would cost the American people over $60 billion to remove them from this country. And over a 10-year period of time, we would lose over $280 billion of economic contribution because we've removed these 800,000 people. It's less about me than doing the right thing by these people and all the American people, for that matter.
He's put the ball in Congress's court now. Javier Palomares stepping aside now from the National Diversity Council, one that never formally met in the first place. Javier, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Let's bring into the conversation.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.